Gary. We focus an awful lot on movies, entertainment, and our lives when we're on this show. But I often get asked by the people, what types of podcasts do we listen to? You know, when we aren't talking about movies, entertainment, and our lives.
Absolutely, Pat. I'm asked all the time, what is the one podcast for guys that will talk sports, fantasy sports, comedy, and also entertaining content from web series creators?
We are proud to tell all of our listeners about the Man Cave Chronicles podcast. Our guy Elias doesn't like to waste time. Never more than 30 minutes. Elias likes to hit it and quit it with a wide variety of topics.
His podcasts include entrepreneurs, stand-up comedians, and even UFC fighters. Elias doesn't mess around when looking for interesting guests and topics to present to the people each week when he posts a new episode.
You can find the Man Cave Chronicles on your preferred podcasting platform. Contact Elias via email at themccpodcast@gmail.com or on Twitter at themccpodcast. Download, subscribe, and leave a comment.
I follow this guy. He's awesome. And I say, go take a dive into the Man Cave Chronicles today, people.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Broadcasting from the Mountain Thunder Studios. It's the 80/20 Movie Show with Pat Himes and Gary Smith.
Don't stop, don't lick my ear. You're not allowed to disappear. We like you in the movies.
Negotiated in their favor.
Yeah, and we get introduced to another flashback, right, to General Ludendorff and Dr. Poison.
Trevor had to go steal the book, yeah.
Yeah, which was pretty cool, and that leads into, you know, how he actually got to the island. Mm-hmm. And then your favorite part of the movie, Pat?
I did. I said it's the greatest non-genital ass male nudity scene of all time here. Proving what a great director Patty Jenkins is.
Are you average for your race?
She leaves it all to the imagination. I like that. You don't see that now. Nowadays, you'd see a butt cheek, you'd see something.
You would.
It's all tastefully done.
Yeah, no, it was very well done.
I have a lot of opinions on this scene.
All right, go ahead.
But they're going to take a while.
That's fine.
And be super nerdy.
We've got all the time in the world, thanks to Indie Rage Radio.
Yeah.
All right. So, in terms of film, like super nerdy film criticism, so are you guys familiar with the concept of the male gaze?
No, I've never heard of that.
All right. So the male gaze is a, super nerdy academic theory posted by Kaja Silverman, who is awesome, who basically says that the cinematic lens has very often been used as a way of looking through a straight male guy's eyes.
Yeah, I can buy that. Absolutely.
Okay?
Yep.
So basically that any woman in the lens is sexualized.
Okay.
Okay?
So now it's the opposite here.
No.
Because that's all I was thinking about. I was thinking about having sex with Chris Pine when I saw it. I kid. Or do I?
But here's the thing. So, I mean, the example I always use for the male gaze is Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
With Phoebe
have you guys
Cates.
seen
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
Yep.
so I'm assuming you guys have seen Phoebe Cates coming out of the pool.
Like at least 1,000
Every
times.
American, red-blooded male American at some point did.
I'm assuming it's important to you
They
guys,
film
right?
all scenes like that in slow-mo, don't they?
It's not as important as it used to be, KPK, I won't lie.
Right. And
I'm older now.
It's very important.
Yeah.
And of course, Fast Times at Ridgemont High was directed by Amy Heckerling, who is a woman, right? But the thing is, with Phoebe Cates coming out of the pool, it's in the mind's eye of Judd Hirsch, right?
Sure.
He's imagining her, right?
Yep.
So Amy Heckerling, and nowhere else in that movie does any woman appear like that.
Objectified.
Right. And so...
Well, you got to establish the relationship. They got to establish the attraction.
Well, the attraction is she's amazingly sexy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen women get out of the pool.
I did like
before
Jenny
in real
Gump
life,
a little
right?
more, yeah. I have seen women get out of the pool.
Do they look like Phoebe Cates?
All the time.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys are married, but if,
To
a
each other.
woman makes you breakfast, what is she wearing?
My wife usually wears whatever she was sleeping in.
Okay, if your wife is in a movie, what is she wearing when she makes you breakfast?
Just an apron.
An apron? Is it a white button-down shirt?
I said
pants?
I just said just an apron. That's all I said. Yeah.
Right. So here's the thing. So Wonder Woman, what I loved about Patty Jenkins' work is that it was completely absent from the male gaze. All right. There was no like super slow-mo sexy.
Right.
Even when Diana literally took off her clothes when she dropped her robe to become Wonder Woman.
Right.
It wasn't sexified. So when she shot Chris Pine, it was just like, hey, you know what? Here's Chris Pine. He doesn't have any clothes on. What's up?
Yeah, and then she made that little joke, right?
So desexualized, which is amazing and also awesome.
Well, then you get the joke that's made as well, which is a nice humor point.
No, I can buy all that.
Yeah.
For the record, KPK, Pat and I have both been married for almost 20 years, not to each other, but to women. So
I've been married. It'll be 21 years.
20 years together or 20 years like each?
I've been married 21 years in January. So.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're
champion
19.
of the world. Woo!
I think we're 19. So, but Pat, what Pat doesn't tell you is he got married when he was 15.
I'm sorry, December, not January.
Yeah.
God, I'm going to get in so much trouble.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
All right. Now that education time's over.
There you go.
Got a lot of positive comments.
The end of film,
Yeah.
film 121 is over.
Feel free to drop the knowledge anytime.
Well, I'm glad.
Pat Himes, Gary Smith, The 80/20 Movie Show. Available on your preferred podcasting platform and now on Indie Rage Radio. Join them Sunday nights at 7 p.m. 6 Central at Indie Rage Radio. Exclusively at IndieRage.com.